Hello everyone, we're going to be going through many different posts on the Kurosanji subreddit. A lot of these are going to be drama posts and opinions and allegations and such. Unless there is other proof, take it as an opinion piece and take it as allegations. And I will have as many sources as possible. But if no sources are there, then that means it's just an allegation, a shiitake post, whatever you want to call it. It is to be taken as an opinion. Thank you. This is something that popped up in my feed. I took a look at it. As you know, I look at everything that I can. I do the research myself. I don't have, most times, I don't have anybody helping me. So it's something going on here with Nexas, as we know. As I have said before, Nexas is not doing good for their talents. They're not doing good for anybody. This is Seren, Space Assassin. I want to give my 2 cents on this to someone that passed the first wave of recent auditions and dropped out. I know some Nexus members are following, and I love you. I truly wish you the best of luck, and I'll try to support your debuts. That being said, some things set off my red flag radar, as they did for me, as they did for tons of people. Parrot talked about it, I believe the Press Nosagi talked about it, Rima talked about it. A lot of people are talking about this. It is really red flag central with this. It is a huge rearing red flag. The size of the main square flags that you see, those ones that are like freaking 30 feet tall, it's like that size flag. You're required to stream 5 days a week, 2 hours each time. So it's a requirement that you stream 5 days a week. You have HoloLive and you have nijisanji, which require you to stream, I think, minimum like 8 hours a week or something like that. But you're not required to stream. I think they request that you stream 3 days a week. They request it. As far as I know, they don't require it, because I remember I had auditioned for many, and from what I remember, yes, you're required to stream on the platform that they choose, which is YouTube, etc. But you do not have a bare minimum or else you're fired type of thing. It seems like this seems to me, again, an opinion, because we don't have fact, and also this is an opinion based on someone that says that they passed it. Just take it as an opinion, take it as a rat, because yes, it could very well be true that everything said here is true. Could very well be true. Take them at their word, but also remember, they could be someone that refutes it. We don't know, because we're not in there. We don't have the contract specifically like we do with nijisanji, where you have their contract. We don't have this one at all. So let's go with what they said. Giving them the benefit of the doubt and letting them say what they need to say. CEO straight up says that if you live a lifestyle that doesn't allow this, you shouldn't join. It really rubs me off the wrong way to force your initial wave of talents to invest this much time and energy, and possibly money, by quitting their job in education for an agency and a platform that has no reputation yet. That's one big thing that I have. How are you going to expect them to do all of this work for an agency that is not tested, it's brand new, for a platform that is barely in alpha, closed alpha, mind you? You have to apply to have the app at all. It is really bad. It stinks of desperation. It stinks of getting rich quick. This is my opinion again, don't take it as gospel, but to me, it absolutely stinks of it being a get-rich-quick scheme, of it being a rug pull type of situation. Again, like I said, this is just me. No personalized management. Individual talents don't get managers or advice. Instead, Nexus works as a school where a group of people get educated all at once on the basics of content creation. So from what this says, no personalized management. You don't even get a manager. You get one main dude who basically gives you pointers, and then you're off on your own. At this point, I see no reason for established content creators to join. New ones, sure. But once again, we go back to the first point, which is why force new VTubers to invest this much time? You're encouraged to stream off of the Enna Live app to gain a larger audience, to garner a larger audience. So on top of streaming 5 days, 40 hours on the required app, you now have to spend more time and effort promoting yourself. I think she meant 20 hours, because originally she said like 20 hours. She said, yeah, 5 days a week, 2 hours each time, so that's 10 hours. I think she made a mistake here. It's 10 hours. If the 5 days a week, 2 hours a day is the same thing, 10 hours. It's 10 hours, it's not 40. But still, you're required to stream a certain amount of hours on the app. You now have to spend more time and effort promoting yourself on other platforms because they are aware it's the best way to garner an audience. What? Like, just make them go on YouTube. Just start off on YouTube. Don't force them into the Enna Live app. If the 40 hours is true, that means you're forced to go on other places and do more hours there. The obvious red flag, that being that Nexus plans to debut 100 talents. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I can't stop my exasperation here. 100 talents. 27 or so per wave. This is meat grinder. This is worse than what Nijisanji did. This is worse than any other agency I've known. I think most agencies, even the small ones, even the bad ones, only did like 6 max per wave. They're doing 27 and they're going to keep doing it this way? They plan on debuting 100 talents? Within what time? Holy S, if that ain't Battle Royale, may the best VTuber rise to the top type of S. I don't know what is. Working off that, you get rewarded based off of performance. But if you do poorly, you get less access to resources and help. Remember how people don't get personalized management? It really is just a skill issue for these talents, according to the main people, of course. I'm still going to keep tabs and support the talents because they deserve it, but I think this kind of business model should always warrant discussing, and for us to share our criticisms. Content creation is a very serious space. I want to make sure talent signing up for agencies won't be mistreated. This is huge mistreatment. And then she puts down here, of building a new career path. It says top talent productions in the future. Total support for professionals. Only talents with established fan bases are entitled to join. So basically, someone like me that has a fan base is entitled to join. A new VTuber, according to what this says, is not entitled to join. The top talent production area. Nexas Virtual Talent Academy, which is basically, it is quite literally like the VTA, the Virtual Talent Academy, and nijisanji. Curriculum to learn from basic to advanced, meet friends and rivals, oh my god, to compete and train each other. This is not gonna go well. This really is not gonna go well. And people are rightfully annoyed. Think it's wild, Mayfei, a V-singer. When people say it's just 2 hours a day with no manager resources, because in my head, it's 1 hour of preparing, 1 hour of streaming, 1 hour after work, 1 to 2 hours of shifting through VODs, 1 to 3 hours of making short or long form videos, 1 to 2 hours of planning for next stream and special events, 1 to 2 hours of engaging in social media. Oh yeah, it's not as bad as a 9 to 5. It's not as bad as someone who, for example, has to go and do construction or oil drilling or any of that kind of really manual labor. Even people who are in retail, you get mentally drained, but it's still pretty much a 9 to 5 when you are doing content creation the right way. That's the way I do it. That's the way I try to do it. It is hard. It is not easy mentally. Now, I'm not saying like I am not comparing it to a regular 9 to 5. It's a whole different beast. It's absolutely a whole different beast. I do get the advantage that I get to sit here and talk to you guys. That is something that someone in retail doesn't get because they have to go running around all the time. They're on their feet 24, like 8 hours a day. They are, even people who are running around like with Uber and stuff like that, they still have to do a lot of manual and mental labor. So it's not anything like that, but it is mentally draining. It is socially draining. My batteries are drained by the end of the day on Monday through Friday. The only thing that keeps me going is you guys being here, honestly. So that is a whole thing from a content creator. For real, I take 100% take an hour before stream to set things up and an hour after stream to welcome people into my Discord, sit through clips and rename them, delete ones I don't want, respond to DMs while I was offline. Ugh. It streamed 12 to 14 hours a week as a college kid, and it was far too much, and it was just 4 days a week. You can get burnt out very quickly with this. Very quickly. Let's continue down here. Read about them in detail to see what their vision is. If they want to change their standard VTubing agency model, which is fine. Problem is that they are treating their talents as pure numbers and bragging about it. Above 30 debuts simultaneously. This could severely impact talents' well-being, just having to stand out amongst their own group. It won't foster friendship, but competition and bad feelings amongst their own. Also, restrictions to join the new platform doesn't help either. Thank you for speaking out as a manager. Hearing perspectives from people like you is really important. It was only possible thanks to your effort. You already provided such an extended and detailed key aspects that got me curious and made me look further into it. I'm sure it was the same. This person's a manager. This person's a manager and says no. This person here, Red Zone, says this is not good. It breeds competition. It breeds animosity. It breeds everything you do not want in a talent, everything you do not want in an agency. It does not breed anything comfortable, anything good. Interesting business model, however, it caters to inexperienced people who would get screwed over by a company depending on how much percentage they take of the income. The only thing they provide is an anime-like competition platform and education that you can get from tons of YouTube videos, which is really irrelevant. There are VTubers out there who share Twitter posts about how they grow in success as well. What will most likely work for these VTubers if anime fans like the idea of a battle royale and enjoy watching them compete? Some people do. Unfortunately, some people do. And that's not good. It's not good at all. But that's my take on this. This is not good at all. I do not like that that's happening. Now let's see what people on Reddit have said. They're really using VTuber only to promote the app rather than VTuber success. Did they tell you how much they're going to pay for this 10-hour-a-week streams? Nothing. Contract is void. No salary. Well, they're not obligated to stream on the live app then. Sucks to be Nexas. Yeah, because if you're not getting paid, you're not going to... Heck no. If I'm not getting paid, I'm not going to be streaming. Like, if I'm in an agency, that is. I'm not getting paid right now. But if I'm in an agency, because I'm doing this for the love of doing this. If I'm in an agency and I'm doing this as in an agency work, then no. I'm not going to be doing this as an agency, if I'm in an agency, and not getting paid. Till I read this, I was wondering if anyone would be desperate enough to still apply for Nijien after everything that's happened and been revealed. Now I have no doubt, since there are creators who signed up for this mess, which feels just as bad to me. Looks like there will always be a young, ambitious person who's willing to ignore the risks and warning signs in the pursuit of fame and fortune. Interesting to see an applicant come to the same conclusions about Nexas. For some other threads discussing Nexas, see there. I saw most of the other threads already. Pure example of meat grinder, like this company actually makes nijisanji seem like a paradise. These are all opinions, of course, and I agree with a lot of them. No percentage management, stream 5 days a week, fend for yourself, work attitude, plans to debut 100 talents, encouraged to stream only in the app, would have pulled the ripcord, no personal manager part, let alone everything else. Yeah, no, it's like you have to have some sort of thing going for you, you know? Some sort of leverage, some sort of push. If I'm not being paid in an agency, like I said again, I'm not going to do it. Call me stingy, call me what you will. I'm doing this because I have a passion for it, but if I'm going to be going into an agency, a company, I have to be getting paid at least something minimum, at least minimum wage for this stuff, you know? These are some milestones that Dokibird and others have reached. Dokibird's at 695, way higher than the Lyric, because the Lyric's at 500 something now. She dipped below 600. 99,000 for Sayu. Last time I checked, it was at 99.3, I believe, or something like that. So she's getting very close. 192k, already at 193k for Made Mint, as far as I saw last time, earlier this morning. I saw that she was at 193. People down here, you know, Doki Smug Smile, Mlem, your soul is forfeit, which I could subscribe to them more than once, but that would just be like botting, so that's not good. Selen to Lyra fans, want to see me surpass her sub count. Doki to Lyra fans, want to see me do it again. People are making fun of it. Some good news, love to see it. Only can subscribe twice, darn it. Round 2. This is what I love to see. Lots of talented people out there accomplishing their dreams and raking in those numbers. Such talented indies, why don't any color debut them? They lack the skills to nurture these bright talents. I really want Sayu to get her play button. 784 to go. Wow, I didn't even notice when she passed Alban. Yeah. She got all these lovely things. They both got all these lovely things. And moving on to wins, Dokibird herself, talking specifically about Dokibird, is going to be showing up at Anime North in May 24th to 26th. Anime North is another convention, just like Offkai. It's going to be in Toronto, the Toronto Congress Center, South Building, 650 Dixon Road. She's going to be there for all of you that are going to be in Canada or are in Canada right now, in the Toronto area, anything like that. I don't know if there's Anime South, but there's definitely Anime North. Free parking is offered at Toronto Congress Center during registration hours and convention hours. Note that you get to pick up your badge before events start on all days of the convention. So Thursday, pre-registration pickup, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. is registration hours. 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. is convention hours. That is weird. Friday. The Friday hours are strange, but the Saturday hours and Sunday hours make more sense. 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. seem to make more sense. So she's going to be at Anime North. And a lot of other guests are going to be at Anime North. Let's just take a look at the guests. We're taking a look at industry people. We're going to have all these. Jenny Huang, all these, Puppeteer, PD International Media. You have Chief Executive Officer, PLI, Art Director, Franziska Van Wolfen, Franziska Trast, Character Designer, Kinema Citrus. You're having VTubers for what we have here. FaZe Connect is going to be there, and FaZe Invaders are going to be there. And Dokibird is a new guest. Performers, you're going to have Mad Kid. You're going to have Mad Kid there. And voice actors, you're going to have Katsuji Mori, which is a Japanese voice actor. Mari Shimizu. Ooh, Mari Shimizu, I know her. I've seen her before. I've seen her, I think, at Anime Expo at one point. Vanessa Marshall, Brandon McInnes, I believe, George Newborn, and J. Michael Tatrum, which looks pretty much like Walter White, who's a voice actor. You can have all of these things for the low price of, let's see, $70 for the full weekend. For 3 days, you get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. $70 is actually not bad. It's much better if you're gonna go Friday only and may want to go Saturday and Sunday just to hang out. It's way better to get the full weekend, to get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because look, the Friday is like more than freaking, it's not like $30, it's like freaking 45. It's too much. So they're going to be having there. And for anyone who's wondering what FaZe Invaders is basically, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, it was FaZe Connect, where they had prior VTubers join in FaZe Connect in the FaZe Invaders wave, where basically they had other prior, not necessarily hugely established, but semi-established, coming in as their own, using their own Live 2D and their own everything. And I believe they paid for it. They paid for the rights to use it or something like that. Something of that order, but from what I remember, FaZe Invaders was that. Talents are referred to as stars from the realms beyond the phase world, apart from regular generations. First invaders joined, second wave joined. Yeah, they seem to be people who were doing other things and they joined in there, from what it seems like, just from looking at the wiki. So yeah, that's from the information that I've got. Just doing this to kind of signal boost this person. Usan, Unnamed, if y'all know, he was someone from Nijisanji in the past, and they've done amazing things so far. They recently had a concert, a mini concert type of thing in like a billboard or whatever inside of Tokyo, I believe, or something like that. And let's not forget the person behind Yugo Asuma of Noctix, who also had graduated from Niji and had struggles during their time within the company as well. Unnamed thought that people wouldn't want to find them after leaving without a proper graduation, almost gave up on creation. Yes, Yugo is this person. So glad they didn't. Yugo was always my favorite of the boys. I'm so glad they're back. I just hope now. Yugo Unnamed has a lot of history, a lot of things. This documentary is amazing. This documentary is by let me send you to Yiman, Yiman. Go check out their channel. They do these things. They did one about Suisei. They're doing one about Unnamed. Check out their channel. I do recommend it. I absolutely recommend it. I have seen their stuff. They are very well researched. They have, credited everybody who's in there. They do the Lord's work, as they say, when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I do recommend this. It is a person that I watch consistently when it comes to these new things. Like, I've already seen this one because I always watch what comes out when it comes out from them. I am a person who is, as everyone knows, who's seen me, I peruse the Kurosanji, nijisanji, and virtual YouTuber subreddit for information on things going on. Because I like keeping my hand on the pulse, but also I have noticed that the subreddit is going further and further into witch hunting. I have noticed this myself. I have actually seen this happen myself. Over and over, especially in the last week or so, subreddit stepped away from Nijisanji Corporation is evil and further into the conspiracy rats that dominate the Chen image boards. Every other post is nonsense, such as the click is some kind of hard-proven fact, rather than the endless non-anon green text meme rant that it is, and takes any place. I have been guilty of this, and that's why I'm trying to change the way things happen. Our quote, regardless of context, is proof positive that Niji En Liver is out to get those that have escaped the company. Hell, the last few days I've seen people acting like a 3-year-old Discord leak drama of a single dumb comment from Fulgur, which already got raked over the coals for and calibrated the hatchet on. Spammed in the comments and links as if they were a smoking gun, proving that Millie is some kind of evil psychopath. The links to 30-minute irresponsible drama tuber video quoting half of the sentence from a streamer and then copying screenshots of unrelated tweets spanning 3 years of S posting do not count as proof. A screenshot of a speculatory green text on VT does not count as proof. Even comments that call for reasonable levels of proof about these allegations are getting downvoted into oblivion, and they show evidence here. Let's see the evidence that they show. Right here, if you're going to turn your back on her over her comments, go ahead. People won't be against that. The opposite, really. But don't use it as fuel or proof. Theories of rats. This isn't a puzzle you need to solve. Drop them because you don't like her comments. Not because you think it proves she isn't one of the ones you need to be saved. That's one of those things. And look, it has negative 35 points up here. People didn't like it because it goes against their narrative. I am someone who is willing to accept that I make mistakes. I'm willing to accept that things are going off on the deep end, that things are going off all in the weird ways. And I am willing to accept that I am not going to be the arbiter of what everything is correct. I'm not going to be the arbiter of, what the world is all about and what things should be about and what the truth actually is. I realize I'm human. I make a ton of mistakes. Like I mentioned, I even have a video that I recently had to edit because I made a mistake in it. They let it stew. It says doesn't help. Nothing as of late has occurred. But that's to say we don't have radicals sneaking in. There are radicals sneaking in. And that's why I am pushing a little bit more to put in my videos things that don't have any kind of substantiation. I'll try to mark them as drama, or try to mark them as opinion, or try to mark them as something like that, or unproven, that type of thing, and differentiate in both my speech and both the things that you see on the chapters that show this is opinion, this is news, this is drama, this is that. So that there's a little bit easier to differentiate between them, because I have been seeing that a lot more, and I've been caught in the fray myself. Like, I've been caught with my pants down, so to speak. It does feel like a certain minority of people looking for stuff to point as proof of guilt, them trying to get back at Doki. Granted, there's also been valid stuff that Enna is stupidly attacking people with mental issues because she's getting worse lately. Like, when I talked about Enna, I showed the video. I didn't go, Enna said this and this and that, and then you guys should take it as gospel. No, I show the actual video of her actually saying those things. Yes, I put it in my title, but I also show the actual video because her words speak for themselves. I don't have to editorialize it too much. Her words speak for themselves. It's also dumbass stuff like the One Piece quote from Alira being twisted to have something different. There was that one. Yes, there was that one. People were taking it as weird, and I think I mentioned it as an opinion, as basically this is what people are taking it as. It was the Zoro thing. When Zoro said nothing happened, but you know, he's all injured, he's extremely injured, and he's trying to make it seem like, no, it's all right, nothing happened. But you know, there was a huge battle that you just saw happen. And the other, Straw Hat Pirates were there, Luffy was there. I mean, Luffy was there, the other Straw Pirates showed up. And, you know, it was like showing his sacrifice for the Straw Hat Pirates. Trying to fit stuff in, regardless, is against what the sub is meant for, actively going against the wishes of the victims. Saying that from the start, keep it anti-company. I've been saying that from the start, keep it anti-company. Don't go anti-talent, because then that becomes harassment to the talents, and that affects everybody involved. The livers should only receive valid criticism, not hate. Stop making a fanfic of real people to find things to get angry about. Calling out Enna's ableism is valid. Calling her brand a risk since she's made the statement so close to her 3D and virtual Rhapsody is valid. Using this click and Gurat conspiracies to criticize her is stupid because it's all speculation. We don't even know if the leaker is real, like is actually someone who's in there. He could be taking everything that is being seen, everything that is being done by the talents, and made his own little fantasy. It could very easily be that. And that's what, I'm trying to push now. It could very easily be that. It's a rat. It's a leak, quote unquote leak, but it's a rat. No one knows if it's true. Correlation and circumstantial evidence. Look at reality instead of fantasy. Exactly. Given that the founding of the subreddit, even at the very name, is kind of a reference to negative events, you're going to find people who are latching onto every bit of negativity. That's an unfortunate reality of these types of subreddits. I'm sub to a few, and I know most ignore these posts because there's an upper bound to which negativity I can take in my life. Here, because it's probably the one place where constructive criticism of the company can reasonably be discussed. Because if you try to do that on Nijisanji, they'll erase you. And where I can see information wouldn't be in a vacuum the other way. That said, I certainly wish something like a VTuber business subreddit that was more broad-based and more neutrally focused on the business side existed. That would be good. And again, I'm not going to read every single thing because there's a ton of it. It's going to take freaking 15 minutes. So that's where I'm going to leave it on this specific note. This is kind of a quickie. This is kind of a meme, just looking at a 4chan post. This is not to be taken ever as anything other than opinion and other than a schizo 4chan post. This is what someone says. Suspended VTuber memes. Bvox Akama angers YouTube VTubing community. Let me follow them just because I want to. Loses YouTube subs. Maybe my beloved Chinese fangirls will still love me. Escapes to bilibili. Chinese viewers secretly call and mock him as White Monkey in WeChat. New outfit theme as a samurai, but actually looks like a foot peasant militia called Ashigaru. Jap, En, and even Jap. Jap is not good. Jap is not good. Do not use Jap. Please don't use Jap. That's a bad one. En and even CN viewers mock his outfit. Some of CN fans didn't like his Japanese themed outfit because they hate Japan, and they saw it as a betrayal of the almighty China. Loses subs on Bilibili. Kek. Yeah. And what he has here is, whatever we're going to follow. And this is the one that's actually posted here. I thought it was going to be a bigger picture, but no, that's what's posted there. And he says right here, Vox Akuma, and it says, the first stream suddenly had Wi-Fi issues and about 10k people immediately dipped, so we're just going to try again. Seeing it happen made me lose focus, and I want these streams to be good. And yeah, that's best part of it. All we know is he's insecure AF about these things. It's effing him up. So yeah, people are happy about that. I'm not happy when people are being mistreated. I'm not happy when people are in a bad place mentally. Unless you can show me proof that Vox actually bullied somebody. It could be very true. We all know at least what has been said, what has been accused. Of course, these are rats. We all know that people have said that Vox Akuma was one of the people that approached Solen when it came to the situation that happened with Last Cup of Coffee. The rat, the leak supposedly, which is a rat, it's all opinion, it's all until actually substantiated, it's all a rat, says that he was one of the people who reached out to her saying that it was a mistake that she, put out the Last Cup of Coffee. Puzzles me also his new outfit. He looks legitimately worse. Is there a chance that management no longer likes him? It's probably more Niji has developed a rep for not paying promptly and sometimes even for contracted work. When you're in an industry that relies on freelancers, once you get a rep as being a problematic client, it's pretty hard to find people who will do work for you. This is also a rat. This is also opinion. Word gets around and you either have to start overpaying or using things like escrow payment systems. People trust you again. It's very true. That's why I always pay the artists that do anything for me, always immediately. I try never to have issues. If there's any kind of revisions that need to be made, they get made. I wrote a whole ass post about how timing could have been more unfortunate. The design and rigging take a while, and it may have been mostly done before the black stream, but with everything that's going on lately, just lost will to give them some benefit of the doubt anymore. Some people did. Neither samurai nor was ninja or ashigato dressed in hobo with a sword. As a Japanese American, I find the outfit offensive just so I can be an a-hole about it. Any Kuro had any sort of management, they would have told him the artist was a bad idea. From what I've heard, Lamb is used to drawing cute girls and pretty beardless boys, so he probably didn't even want to do this, but had to, again, from what I've heard. Maybe BS, and of course it may be BS, take everything with a grain of salt here. What I do know is that they came out looking bad. It did come out looking really bad, and I mean really bad. We're gonna watch a clip of Enna supposedly showing an image of her babysitting back in the day to Reimu and Nina, and they told her she should never show that image to anyone. I wonder what it could be. Again, people wondering and wanting to make ideas. Enna accused me accusing Enna of P, very argument. I'm not actually genuinely curious. Maybe she just didn't look right. Maybe she didn't have... It could be anything. It could honestly be anything. It could be something innocent, like she didn't have enough makeup on, her feet look weird, her hands look weird. Could be her dress looked too revealing. It could be a ton of things. It could just be she woke up with bedhead, you know, because sometimes girls are like, oh my goodness, you're gonna show someone that? Don't show someone that. You know, that type of thing. Let's watch and see exactly what was said.
You want to see a picture of my favorite child when I work with them in Japan?
Yeah. Oh, how do you do that?
It's a phone.
It's a photo.
I have the photo on my...
And then how do you work with children?
I don't know.
It's so low.
Do you actually like...
I like children, yeah, they're cute.
Aww.
That sounds wrong.
Enna hates everything, loves children, secret lore.
It's a red flag.
Yeah, wants to be married in Disneyland. Grab Moe.
What's wrong with Disneyland?
Expensive.
Well, it's still
Oh,
cute. No, I'm in Enna Finn squad.
I
when
think
it comes
Disneyland married would be really cool.
That's of course Nina.
Show me.
Don't...
Oh god. Oh god.
Don't
This
say
will get
it.
you cancelled, Babu. I think you should.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
so cute, though.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is cute. He's so cute. He's my
Oh
favorite
my God.
kid.
Oh my god.
All right, that was something. Jesus. Can we move on to the next topic? Do you have any more like?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Wait, I have a really cute one.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm looking for it.
Now, the way they all seemed uncomfortable, you can make all sorts of assumptions, but I am not going to be that person to make all those types of assumptions. Because here's the thing. Remember, there are grandparents who have pictures of their nephews and stuff like that. Some of the times they don't have clothes on. Some of the times they just have Pampers. It could be something simple like that Enna is not seeing as, like, just because Enna has an innocent mind, more than likely Enna is seeing it from an innocent way. Cannot be seen that way. I'm not going to make the assumptions that it's something like that. But the fact that they reacted that poorly and said that she could be canceled for it, it could be just the sheer fact that you have a picture of someone else's child on your phone is enough for many people to cancel you. So I am thinking the innocent way, which is just the sheer fact that she has a child's picture on her phone that is not her child, not her nephew, not her family, not anything like that, can get people the wrong way. So that's the way I'm taking it, as, you know, it's just being like, if I showed a picture of someone at, you know, my, like, when I used to also take care of after school, like if I took a picture with one of the kids and I was like, hey, this is my favorite kid, that's gonna seem weird. Just talking on my area. Like I said, don't throw any accusations at her. Don't bug her about this. This is just some random thing that happened while Nina was still a part of the group. And she was made to realize, because, you know, some people are very innocent. Some people are, holy crap, so innocent. Things that they do and say, sometimes it goes through a filter that is not like the regular filter that people go through. I've had that situation happen with me, and it could end up hurting them in the butt. Others' reaction is probably just something disgusting what the kid did or Enna found funny. It could as well be that. It could be, you know, like they're playing in the mud, or they're playing, you know, they have their face covered in, you know, paint or something like that. The reactions from the others are very vague. Not would expect seeing. Yeah, exactly. Because you don't leak pictures of kids unless it's your children, even when they're perfectly innocuous. See, this is what I'm thinking. It's more this. It's more you don't have pictures of other people's kids unless you have permission, and only show it with permission of the parent type of thing. You know, it's not your child. It's not your family member. It's not any of that kind of stuff. Like, I would never show someone else, even my nephew's photo, because it's not my child, you know? Some people were criticizing Luca for showing picture of the faces of other needy talents, you know, that type of thing. So that's what I'm going more for. And that's what I want you guys to understand. It's not abuse. It's not anything crazy. It's not any of that kind of stuff. It is just simple. She showed a picture that she shouldn't have been showing because it's not her child. That's just it. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys. And I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.